Hi, good afternoon. I'm audible. Yeah, I can hear myself. Okay, hi everyone. So myself, Hitesh Malhotra. My story, why am I here? That's something that even I asked myself, that why I am being invited over here. Well, to be very honest, I think my story, many of you would relate, if not today, but going down the years, you will definitely relate. Because my story is a very common man's story, a common boy story. Someone who was doing his engineering, then he did his MBA, then a corporate job, and now father of a daughter. Now, why am I here? So I will take you back to my engineering and MBA days. I was a very confident person. If I am in a group, it's very tough to not notice me. My points would always be on point. But then what happened is I went into MBA and I met a lot of new people over there with diverse backgrounds. My thought process completely changed towards many of the concepts that I had in engineering in a very positive way. Now that gave me confidence, and even in the midst of recession in 2008 and 9, I was able to get a very good job opportunity with one of the most eminent organizations. And trust me, the profile was something that I was really looking for. It was a profile which had a regulatory backing. It was a profile which is right into the fundraising for big corporates. You say IPO, you say scheme of arrangements, restructuring, everything was there, and I was bang in that clean profile. For the next 6 years, I was into this profile and I enjoyed thoroughly. I worked very hard, did not look at the watch even once. What happened then? Well, nothing. I even married my lovely girlfriend at that time. Everything going very smoothly. Success in career, everything. Then what happened? Again nothing. I was blessed with a daughter. A beautiful daughter, very highly energetic. Many of you will know now. So to match up to her was very difficult at that time. I didn't know the reason. But after some days, when I actually picked her up and I was looking at her, I felt I'm actually too big for her. Too big for her, I didn't even realize why am I feeling so big for her. Why am I not able to match up to her energy levels? I was just I think 30 years old at that time. 30 is very young. Today I am 39. I really feel very young even today. So 30, it's like, okay, I'm still in my teens here. Why am I so tired? Why do I feel so big? That's where I thought I should probably look back at those 6 years that I've spent in corporate, spent in making my career, that is there something that I lost? Because before my corporate job, I was a person who used to love myself. I would go to debates, believe me, without even preparing for it. Even this session I have come, actually I'm going with the flow. I don't know if I missed something, it's fair enough because I want to share my story. I have gone very unscripted even for this session, that's the theme, right? Now, where did I go wrong? I was loving myself, I was very confident, and suddenly today there is a dent in my confidence because I just picked up my daughter. I'm not able to match her to her energy levels. Then I look back, in this 6 years I did everything good. But the thing I missed was, I lost myself. I lost who Hitesh Malhotra is. I didn't knew that, how to love myself. I lost hair. Trust me, it is something which is, I'll tell you, during my engineering days, if you ever get to see my photo, I used to have these long hair. I've done ironing, I've done rebonding, I've done coloring. Somehow, I've lost my hair, I gained 30 kgs. At that time, I actually felt that I'm not 30-year-old, but I am somewhat 50, 55. Even trust me, my father is right now 65, and he's still very energetic, so me saying 50, 55 is also not right. I look back, I had a word with my wife. There is something wrong I have done. At that moment, I actually took a temporary break in my career. I said, no, I need to redefine myself. I really need to look back and see what all mistakes have I done so that I can have a very proper balance with my family life, with myself, giving me the me time, and a successful career. Obviously, it's very easy then to actually achieve it, right? It's very easy. But when you actually step forward, you always do it something for a month, then you again go back to your original self. No, it's very difficult. The dedication required is very high. It's not possible. Same happened with me. For next 18 months, I took one step forward, I went back 3 steps. For 2 weeks, if I take care of my diet, the third week is to overcompensate for all those 2 weeks. Well, that was very common. And I never realized that it actually affected my confidence to that level that anything that I looked, I started having a negative approach towards it. Someone who was very positive used to love myself, a very confident person. Really, I tell you, big meetings even during my career, I used to go without even analyzing that case thoroughly. Because I know that the answer lies in the question itself of the person whom I'm meeting. And I used to meet a lot of promoters of big corporates, a lot of regulatory people. Where did they all go? That time, my wife actually helped me. What did she do? No, she did not hold my hands. But all she did was introduce me to IRONMAN. What is an IRONMAN? Let us look at it. Now, IRONMAN is a triathlon. Obviously, you would have seen some movies where there is a triathlon. So it's a triathlon. Okay, it's a 3-sport, but why is it so big? Why is it so challenging? It's one of the world's toughest single-day endurance event. When I say single-day endurance event, it is for 17 hours. You need to finish 3.8 kilometers of open water swim, for 180 kilometers of cycling, and then you should be so fresh enough and your legs should have so much strength that you run a full marathon of 42 kilometers back to back. Even your transition time counts, so the clock keeps on ticking. And then my wife introduced me to IRONMAN. She said, Milind Suman has also done that. I said, yes, I had read once in the newspaper. She's very achievable. She said, yeah, Shashi will do it. I said, no, for him it's achievable because he's very fit. Look at me, 113 kgs. How can I do? Am I mad? Just imagine a 3.8 kilometer swim is not that you're swimming alone in a pool. It is an open water, either an ocean or a lake swim. Where, like when I did my first Ironman in New Zealand, there were almost 2,000 participants together starting at 7 a.m. There's a gong that goes and everyone starts. It's like a washing machine. I'm like, am I mad to do this? First of all, I don't know how to swim. Like, obviously, I know how to swim. It's like 25 meters, you just somehow make it from this end to that end, how you do it in a water park and all. It's not possible. Then she told me, can you even hear yourself? Is this the same Hitesh Malhotra that I fell in love with? The same guy who used to not only help others, but at the same time never ever felt that he is less than anyone. He was someone who was super confident. Yeah, I actually got an Ideal Student of the Year award also in 12th standard. They did not give me a certificate at that time, but that was a token that was given. Are you the same person? So we had a lot of conversation at that time and she motivated me that let's just enroll. I said, okay, enroll. She said, sure. I said, yes, enroll, let us see. So it was an event that I enrolled in April 2018. The event was supposed to happen in March 2019. At this time, if you look at the previous slide, this was me. This. At this time, she gave me a target and she enrolled. Now, if you enroll, the registration is also not very cheap. So we have invested money. And then she has also invested a fear in me. That if I don't train, because definitely I will do a start. Because I can't tell my daughter that I have enrolled for something and I am not going to start. So I am definitely going to start. So she said, actually put a fear into me as well. I said, okay, let us start. I started my training. I still remember my first ride. It was mere 7 kilometers ride and I got a stunt stroke. I actually went to a shop, pumped in half liter of a sugar drink. That's what I did. I took a rickshaw, put my cycle and came back home. That was my first day of cycling. First day of swimming, Okay, it's very difficult. 25 meters from one end to other end, but that's not how swimming is. Running, at this stage where I was, it's very, very tough actually if you see to run, because your knees start hurting, your foot starts hurting, and you have zero stamina. But the only thing I remember, what my wife told me at that time, was if it's possible, because she used to always tell me that probably everything is not possible, So if it's possible, it's achievable, and if it's achievable, I know Hitesh Malhotra, it is achievable by you. So that was a sentence that I used to always tell myself every single day in front of the mirror that, Hitesh, you know you can do it, man. It was tough. It was very tough. One day at a time. When you have an end goal, like as big as an Ironman, it seems impossible to achieve. But when you break it down in small parts, we do that every day, right? Even when you go in a corporate or even in your meetings, you will have this break up in small milestones. But you actually, if you break down in small milestones, the initial stages are tough, but subsequently you do it. In less than 3 months, my confidence level was skyrocketed. Because I knew that I had passed the initial phase. At that time, trust me, I had no coach for Ironman. The only coach I had was a CrossFit person, because you require strength in your body to go through this endurance event. Now when I went through all the training, I had so many ups and downs. One day you say, why did I enroll for this? Really did I wanted this? I was happy eating everything. Happy drinking. No fuss of waking up at 5:30 a.m. Trust me, I'm not a 4 a.m. guy, but I am a 5:30 a.m. person. Then you work out for 3 hours, and then you go to office, travel 1.5 hours, work out for 10, 11 hours, then you again travel 1.5 hours, come back home and sleep. This is your life for 9 months. I kept on doing it. Then before the race, 3 months before the race, I enrolled for a half Ironman event. Trust me, in that event, the swim, I would have been the last person to be out of water. But I was so happy I did it. I did not finish is not something that's against my name. I did it. But it was only 3 months left and I had to swim 3.8 kilometers swim. That's where I had enrolled another coach, because in life you definitely need a coach, guys. Why you need a coach is because someone, if he's holding your hand or she's holding your hand, will give you the direction, because at times it's tough. I got that direction, and believe me, during my Ironman race, when I came out of the water after doing 3.8 kilometer swim, after swimming with 2,000 other athletes, I said to my wife, okay, I've become an Ironman, cycling and running I will do it. Because the initial fear was always there, the first leg of it. Our life is also like this only. Swimming was the first, it is the most toughest part. Not the sport, but anything if you want to achieve, the first quarter is always tough. Many of you students told me yesterday that when you enrolled for this course, the first part of days, were the toughest. But once you do it, you enjoy the atmosphere, you enjoy your friends, you enjoy your faculty, everything. That's what happened with me. And then successfully I was able to do not just 1 but 3 Ironmans. In New Zealand, in Western Australia, and recent one in Sweden. Now every Ironman had its own challenge. Every Ironman had its own challenge. But what happens with that is, today I know, if I climbed that mountain and reached from nothing to something which is drastically better, I can challenge my even current potential. And every one of you does that in your life someday or the other. Today my schedule is very simple. I have a very good, successful career professionally. I have a good family life. And I'm very much into sports, which is making me feel that, okay, I have a very peaceful night's sleep. Yes, I don't have much other things in my life, like too much of socializing, but I no longer feel that it's a sacrifice for me. Because all I get is respect from my family, respect from my friends, respect from my colleagues, and respect for myself. Today I love myself and I'm very proud of. So in
Again, I will not say in your life or something, you will have your own journeys. Just request you to believe one thing. The line that I've written over here. While redefining yourself, because you will get those moments in your life where you will be required to redefine yourself. Don't hesitate. Believe. If it's possible, it's achievable. And you guys can do it, I can do it, everyone can do it. Remember, even the extraordinary people were ordinary only. They become extraordinary because they believe in themselves. So please redefine yourself, and thank you for this opportunity.